Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Rao, and joining me today for this show is Debashish Sen from Guyana. It looks nice and pleasant over there, but it looks nice and pleasant for us, not for the match, because as Debashish and the rest have been updating us that it is raining there. But Debashish, before we get to all the issues and more people join us and we can take more questions, I want to ask, how has your journey been to Guyana?
Kargi, let's start with it's raining now. Means
Oh.
it's local time. It's 7:30 and it's raining. So that's the bad news. And we have also done a live on Hindi platform. In fact, I went on the road, and this time round, Ishan is on the road. I am inside a garage of our place
Okay.
where we are staying. So it's raining here, and hopefully, if it does, because there's a forecast of rain at 10 and 11 a.m. So, in all likelihood, the Indian practice session might be called off. We might be getting an update soon on the BCCI group, updating what's the weather like. But then it's looking very damp. It's raining, as you can see. These are live visuals at 5 a.m. These visuals are from 5 a.m. in the morning. I went outside for the Hindi live. And as you can see, Rishant is with his umbrella outside the apartment. But I am under the shade of the garage, so it's raining, Gargi.
But Boria, these are you're on mute.
Second. One second, Gargi.
Incredible visuals.
Yeah, great visuals, but why did you get up at 5? You've been asked not to sleep. Why are you not sleeping? You should sleep. Ishan, don't let him go out. Lock the door. Don't let him
Yes,
go out
yes.
before 7. Make him sleep.
Today, in
After that,
fact, I
he
woke
can
up
try.
at 6, but he always wakes up at 5. But
Arey, why are you waking up at 5? Get some sleep. I mean, I understand you have to go for a swim, you have to go for a walk, all that I know. But go at 6:30.
But Ishan, can you just show the live visual because you are on the road? If you can just show it's raining, and if you can show the streets and the roads, that would be wonderful. If you can, please.
I'm just going
But,
to unmute
but
Ishan here.
Gary, great work from these two.
Very
Tremendous
good,
work. Look at
very
this.
good.
Yeah.
Fantastic
See.
work from
Incredible.
both of
Look
you.
at that.
From the
yeah,
Viv
as you can
Richards
see,
interview to the live visuals in now, and look at the visuals that Ishan is showing. Devashish getting up
And
at
and
5
the
a.m. and going for a swim.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
and
At
the
yes,
1:30
visuals from
a.m.
the
catching the
hotel.
Indian
it's
team.
so, it's
Yes,
actually
yes.
raining quite a bit here. It's more than a drizzle. It's raining properly at the moment. As you can see, there are overcast skies, Gagi, and it's looking pretty gloomy, to be honest. It's not looking good whatsoever. It's looking pretty gloomy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Debashish
So
mentioned, the
Ishan,
practice section.
does he make tea? Does he make good tea? Devashish generally does. Does he
I
make any
haven't
of
had
that, or
tea yet,
he's taking
Boryada.
you
What
for
are
a
you
ride?
saying? I haven't had tea yet. What are you saying? Oh my god. Oh no.
Come on.
Devashi, the
Yes.
last two,
You should
three days
make chai
you
and
better make
pakoda
tea.
right now.
Last,
You should.
tell, Buriada, what I have been treating
Oh
you.
yes, yes. But I have to tell you, a couple of days back he made this amazing chicken curry, and I'm a big foodie, so I really loved it. So I kept saying
Wow.
thank you. Then he got angry at me. He's like, "How many times will you say thank you? Stop saying thank you now."
Hey, well done. Nice. Well done. But I love this partnership. I mean, this is what I love this. Look at this team. Look at the bonding. Gargi, yourself. I mean, look at the back end. Fabulous. Great work.
I mean, Ishan, I hope you're not getting wet in the rain
No,
because we
I'm not
need
getting
you to
wet because
stay.
I've realized when I put the umbrella, it's getting a bit too dark. So I don't want the frame to be too dark. So I'm just letting it be.
Acha.
It's fine. It's not as bad for now.
Look what Nomad Tibet is saying. Boria, Mama, and Ishan are the hardest working people I have ever met.
No, no, add Gargi there as well. Add Shopnil, add Trisha, add Rohan. Come on,
Everyone,
man, no matter
everyone.
debate. The whole team. The whole team. I mean, it's a privilege to lead this team. And they are genuinely good kids, all of them. Devashish and I, of slightly sort of older, these kids are coming through the blocks, and look at the kind of work they're putting in. That's the effort. We all work as a team, and the idea is excellence. The idea is to push the bar. Just because we are doing cricket doesn't mean we don't do Olympics. We will do 30
Absolutely.
days to go. Just because we are doing Olympics doesn't mean we will not do football. We've broken the Mohun Bagan transfer news also. So we do composite sport, we do multi-sport, and we take pride in what we do. Gargi, for example, will interview PT Usha on Sunday. So that's another interview that's coming up your way. Every sport, from ground, major interviews, news, items, everything will be covered. Yeah, thank you very
Whereas I
much.
would have to mention that, staying with Devashish now, I've learned one thing, that is, there haven't been any shortcuts since the last 24, 25 days. It's been a grind. It's been a lot of fun, but there hasn't been a day where we've taken a shortcut, and that's something that I've learned. It's been a different
Ask
sort of.
Devashish, that's the only lesson that I've taught him. There's no
Yeah,
shortcut in life.
it's
You work
something
the
that I've
hardest.
also just the last 24 days. It's been a tough workload, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been rewarding. Thanks to Devashi.
Yeah, and when you look back, na Ishan, when you look back after the tour, you say, did I have anything left in the tank? No. And you will feel a tremendous sense of satisfaction. Tremendous sense.
It's like the first day of gym, the first day of workout, where you just don't want to go, but once you're done with it, you're like, I want to do this every single day. It's like that, I think.
But
That's how I.
let me also tell you. But let me also share. Ishan has been brilliant. Means it's a bundle of energy. He's a bundle of energy. Means every time I tell Ishan, you have to come, you have to go. There is there is no in the dictionary of Ishan. Means he has always been supportive. He has been there for the lives, and remember, he has to do lives from outside the stadium, and that's brilliant. Means obviously, and what I told him that in a profession like this, there is no means obviously you cannot relax. It's a 20, and I have been learning this from Buriada for last 25 years. Means obviously there is no shortcut in this profession. It's a 24/7 work. So you yes, you might be successful in some case. You might not get something, but at least that hard work and that effort should be there. Yes, there will be times where you will miss something, but at the same time we will have the opportunity to break, which will be which no other else will go, and that has what happened with on this tour for us. The visuals that we got, no one was there. The interview that we got of Saviv Richards, that sets us apart from other platforms. Yes, are you telling me that no one has tried for a Viv Richards interview? I doubt, because every Indian, Bangladeshi media, Pakistani media, whoever has been in Antigua have tried for to get Saviv. But unfortunately, I am grateful to God that fortunately we were at the right spot at the right time, and we convinced Saviv to spare a few minutes, which he did. And yes, and it's for everyone to see.
Absolutely. We have a comment, Amartya Chakravarti. Just because he's mentioning me, I'm just taking this. By the way, I came to know about Rev Sports and Gargi was covering. Did we meet Amartya? Because I did meet a lot of people and everyone was asking about Rev Sports, what it is, and I was explaining everything. But I think we met, maybe. Anyways. But let's talk about weather now. We've all obviously been talking about weather only, and it doesn't look very good. But Debashi, Shishan, what I want to know from you guys is how is the ground at Guyana? What are the drainage systems like? Have you been, talking to any groundsmen? If rain happens tomorrow, is there a chance to, get it dry and get some at least a little bit of game time in the extra 4 hours that we have?
Gargi, the day before yesterday when we went, it was not raining. In fact, it did not rain the entire day yesterday. We did quite a few lives from outside, but then uh, with so much of rain, overnight rain, and also there is forecast of rain from 10 to 11. And remember, the grounds here are not covered. Means we have seen it in the USA Lake. We have seen it here across all the venues in the Caribbean. The grounds are not covered. It's only the square and the bowling run up that is being covered. So if it does rain like this, which it has been, then very unlikely we might get to see the Indian train, because the Indian team is training at 9:45 a.m. So just a couple of hours from now, the Indian team will be training, and it has been still raining, still drizzling. Yes, it has gone light, but if it does rain, then obviously we might not see the Indian stand. And remember, there is no indoor facility here at the Providence Stadium. So Indians might have to cancel their training. England, though, will be training in the afternoon, and for the forecast for the afternoon is good. It won't rain. So we might see England training, but as far as India is concerned, if it stays like this, if it continues to rain, which it has been now, so we might see the Indian practice session being called off.
Oh my, that's not good news. Devraj Bose here is asking any forecast of rain tomorrow. Ishan, what is the forecast for tomorrow like, and could we see any game happening?
Yes, so it is cloudy, Gagi, tomorrow as well. There are some predictions of rain, but hopefully it's not as much that would hamper the game's play. Like Devashish Siddharth mentioned here, that the drainage system is also fairly good. So even if it does rain, and what we've noticed, the most primary point today being the exception, is that when the rain comes, it normally comes in a short burst for around 10 to 15 minutes, and then it disappears. Today, somehow, it's continued for a longer time, but at the moment I feel it's just about to reduce. It's just reducing. So tomorrow as well, there are predictions, but it might just come for a short burst. It might just disappear after that, and then we can expect a full day of games play. But that's what we want. I think we want, we want to see a full day of cricket. A lot of crowds will be coming in as well. So I think it will be heartbreaking if another game is watched out. However, today in the morning live, actually, we asked a lot of our viewers, would you rather see the match get rained off, or would you want to see the game play? A lot of them actually said that we wish that it rains and the game does not happen so India can proceed to the finals.
Wow. Fans are, well, there's Devashi showing us how, where it is in Guyana over there. But Boyada, there's a question for you here. Avad Agarwal is asking, no, BWB not uploaded today. Is
BWB not uploaded. Of course, it has been uploaded at 12 noon. Not BWB. I mean, we've uploaded the interview with Manika. So absolutely, it has been uploaded at 12 noon. Kindly check it out. The Manika Batra special has been uploaded, and plenty of BWB is coming your way. I'm not telling you one, but on the 1st of July, in fact, Gargi, Ishan, and Devashish, they are not aware of it. I was working on it for the last couple of hours. A massive interview coming your way on the 1st of July, massive one, and a fantastic one of the best podcast kind of interviews I've done in recent times, and it's coming your way close to 1 hour coming your way on the 1st of July. Let the World Cup end, but that interview will be, I can tell you, it will generate national headlines, and it's a terrific interview. So plenty coming, plenty of interviews, plenty of exclusives coming your way.
has it been shot?
Yes, it has been. Yeah.
Okay, nice. We'll be waiting for it. And Devashish is showing us all the puddles over there. So
See,
it
you can see the drains here. It's pretty full. I would show you the drains here. See, it's pretty full. Means see, it's you can see so much of rain overnight, and actually it's still drizzling, slight drizzles. This is it looks so much like an Indian town. Means obviously, if you go to the northeast, see the houses. Then see you can see potholes here on the road. It's pretty full with the rainwater. So these are live visuals for you. Means obviously, and if it does, and you can see it's pretty overcast. It's pretty overcast if you can see.
yeah.
So if it does stays like this, Gargi, I
You're on mute,
unfortunately
Burada.
we might not see.
You're on
I'm
mute.
not mute.
Boria sir,
I'm
Boria
not
sir.
mute. Oh,
Devashish, is Sir Clive Lloyd there? If Sir Clive Lloyd is there, do catch up with him.
I don't. Unfortunately, if you can share his number, I might
Yeah,
call him and just say, see,
I'll give him a
yeah,
call. I'll give him a call. I'll call him and tell him that you guys are there. And if he's in Guyana, because I saw him the other day in the World Cup. If he's in Guyana, I'll have a chat with him and definitely tell him that you
yeah,
and Ishan
please,
will play for him.
100%, 100%, 100%.
I'll speak to Bartha. I'll speak to Sir Clive and get it sorted. Absolutely will.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. And since we're talking about weather, one of the biggest questions is, looking at the conditions, will India change the playing 11? Could there be any changes coming our way because of the conditions? Boria sir, what do you think about this? Do you think no? Outright no.
Absolutely not. I mean, you don't change anything in a semi-final. I mean, why do
Yeah.
you and how do you? Who do you play? The only change that you can possibly do is what? Shivam Dubey in place in Sanju Samson. You won't do that. We now know that India will not do that. And against England, you have a middle over Liam Livingston. You have a Adil Rashid, who is a leg spinner. Against Shivam Dubey, the ball will come in. And Shivam Dubey has the ability to tonk an Adil Rashid and a Liam Livingston. Look at England spinners. And if you see the English spinners, you will know why Shivam Dubey is actually an important cog in that wheel. You won't change. Do you want to drop who? I mean, Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja? No. I mean, Ravindra Jadeja gives that balance. Yes, people can come and tell me, oh, he's not performed yet. So what? Against West Indies, I mean, against England in Guyana on a track that is supposed to aid spin, Ishan and Devashish can give us more. That if there is turn, if the ball holds up, if there is some assistance for the spinners, Ravindra Jadeja is important. And on the field, yes, he could have dropped a catch the last night or the last game, but he will save you 15 runs. I don't see any changes, Gargi. Absolutely no change, unless and until there is an injury issue, which I don't think there is, because they would have updated us. I don't see India changing anything going into the semi-final.
Right. And we have a super chat in Bengali, so I'll need your help.
আচ্ছা,
Read.
বনগা থেকে হরিপদ মাইতি is a repeat viewer. বনগা
Yeah.
থেকে হরিপদ মাইতি, he says, ma'am, have a relax, রাস্তা না দেখান তোমারে দেখাও, আরে mama, have a relax. So he basically is telling Devashish, don't show him the roads, he wants to see you, so you show yourself. Bonga
Oh,
থেকে হরিপদ মাইতি is saying he wants to see mama, he wants to hear mama more, and he wants to hear Devashish and Ishan more, not to see the weather and the roads and everything else.
great.
দেখুন আমাকে দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, আমি কিন্তু আপনাদের জন্য
There you see,
ক্যামেরাটা ঘুরিয়ে দিয়েছি।
there you see Mama on the screen, and he's
Full
back
Devas.
live, as is Ishan and Gargi. Yeah.
Well, so it's settled. I think all of us believe that uh, we are not going to see any changes in the playing 11 whatsoever because of the conditions. And anyway, even if the conditions were not like this, I don't think India would have gone with any other team than what it is right now. Uh, but Ishan, I was thinking of the practice session. Obviously, now the rain is there, so it's unlikely that the practice session will happen. But are there any updates on that? And another thing that I was thinking about was because the travel has been so hefty, has been so chaotic and so late in the night, that I didn't think anyone would show up today.
Oh yes, Gagi, the traveling has been pretty hectic for all these players. When you're playing a major tournament like the ICC World Cup, it's obviously going to be hectic, a lot of traveling. And when Devashreet and myself was at the hotel as well, we could see that the players were visibly tired, which is understandable. You're playing big games like Australia, the traveling on the same day, so it's difficult for sure. But at the same time, this I think all the players understand that we've reached the semi-finals. We have one more step to go. If we win the semi-finals, we can reach the finals. So it's that sort of motivation and excitement that keeps you going, in my opinion, which helps and drives these players to come along, to work harder, and to practice more. So definitely there is a workload, but this is the World Cup, and I think it's an exception. You got to push yourself over here that extra mile.
Absolutely. We have some
But
questions.
but Gargi, if you ask me, if there is a practice session, I might see play if a few come turning up like it was the case in Antigua. The team arrived. If you remember, the team reached Antigua from Barbados at 12 at night. But
Yeah.
despite that, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ravindra Jadeja, we were among the handful. Just three or four Indian media outlets were there, and we were there from Rep Sports at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. We captured the Indian optional practice where Virat, Rohit, Jadeja, Sanju Samson, and Khalil Ahmed turned up. So I, for one, would be if there's a practice session. Yes, fingers crossed. If there's a practice session, we might definitely see Virat Kohli turning up, given that he has not scored plenty of runs, but then obviously he's in a good frame of mind, and hopefully we might see, because this is the day ahead of the semi-final, and obviously and the Indian team is lot more looking lot more focused. Yes, as far as England team is concerned, I see that they might they might be influenced to make a change. Obviously, Mark Wood with his pace, but how he might come into play. But then England are a very good side, given the openers have been informed. Phil Shaw, George Butler has been outstanding in this tournament. In the last match against USA, obviously they have a Liam Livingstone, Harry Brook, Johnny Bairstow. So that England side looks a very strong side, and they are the defending champions as well.
Absolutely, of course, they're going. It's going to be a thrilling match to watch, and obviously a threat for India. Karan Rathod here is asking, Boria sir, David Lloyd is saying India is manipulating the World Cup to win, and semi-final fixture pitch. Do you think there's? I mean, it's obviously there's no sort of manipulation. It's clear.
See, David Lloyd is a senior, respectable person, former England captain, somebody we respect. But with due respect to David Lloyd, he's talking about something which in effect is implicating the ICC, which in effect is implicating the English Cricket Board as well, because the English Cricket Board is also part of the ICC. If one board is trying to manipulate and getting away with it, the ICC is a limp organization which is unable to stop that. And the England Cricket Board is part of that limp organization which is also unable to stop that. And exploitation, acceptance of exploitation is as bad as exploiting someone. So David Lloyd should first raise fingers at his own board and call them out and say, look, you guys are nincompoops and not good enough. So can he do that? Can he first raise fingers at his own board? Can he raise fingers at the ICC? To get some cheap headlines and some brownie points by raising fingers at India is the easiest thing in the world to do. So, David Lloyd, with due respect to you, sir, I think these are rubbish talks that from someone of stature, former England captain. It is not befitting your stature. So do not provoke, do not rile up, do not try to instigate people and get some cheap social media brownie points. It doesn't really work.
Ishan, I want you to answer this question that is asked by Debraj Bose. He's saying, will the spinners be effective tomorrow because there will be moisture on the surface?
Uh, so obviously there will be some moisture. That's a good point there. But the Caribbean offers spinner-friendly wickets, Gagi. So in my opinion, they will definitely still have an impact. It'll be interesting to see how they overcome these conditions, though. That's the only factor here. But besides that, I feel the spinners will surely be effective. The wicket will have something for the spinners, and I think it's going to be a more spin-friendly wicket compared to the fast bowlers having an impact. So definitely, I feel the spinners definitely will have the bigger impact here as well. But again, depends on the condition, depends on the amount of rain, depends on how much, the amount of dew, if there are any problems in holding that ball, gripping that ball while spinning it. So all these factors come into play, but it's primarily a spinner's wicket, and I think the spinners will definitely have an impact.
Absolutely. And Devashish, there are a lot of people asking, to explain the scenario 90 minutes plus 250 minutes. People are confused about the cutoff time. So if you could explain to our viewers how it's going to work tomorrow since there's no reserve day, please do that.
See, Goriada, is it that after the
Yeah.
scheduled play means then only it will be counted, the 250 minutes. After
Yes.
the scheduled play, then only that 250 minutes will be counted. So that is what I get to know. I may be wrong. Goriada, if you can please elaborate.
Yes. So basically, just in simple terms, if it's between 8 and 11:30 is the scheduled game, then it will be counted from 11:30 and you can play till 3:30 a.m. So frankly, stay up all night. Get some tomorrow. You have a simple thing to do. Order some good biryani, order some good non-veg, order some good veg, order some good pastries. Don't eat pastries at night. You're not me as bad as me. You're good as Gargi and Ishad. Look at them. So order some healthy food. Order some if you fancy a coffee. Caffeine
Goriada,
to stay awake. Do all of that. Stay awake.
I
Stay
would be
awake
very
because
interesting, Goriada. I will be very interesting, Goriada, if
certainly.
suppose the play is being delayed. If suppose the play is being delayed for 4 hours to constitute a game, then what happens to the Indian media? There will be hardly one single media. I guarantee, because everyone has a flight tomorrow.
Oh
Most of the
Lord.
Indian media has a flight tomorrow. They have to catch a flight because they have to travel to Barbados. There is not a direct connection, so they have to go via some island to go to Barbados. And remember, only one day before the final. So we reach on 28th morning. For us,
What
we
time
reach on
your
the
flight?
20th morning.
What
My
time is your flight?
our flight is at 6:30 p.m. in the evening. We go to
Okay.
Saint Lucia. We stay overnight, and day after from Saint Lucia in the morning 9 a.m.
So let's
and we reach
10%.
Barbados at 10 a.m.
So frankly, 10:30 start means you're taking about 1:30. So you will absolutely be able to cover that 4 hour kind of interval. So you will be able to give us the latest and then board the flight. It's been booked for you. We'll try and get it delayed by half an hour. Gargi will speak to the radar control and get it delayed. Don't worry. So it'll work. It'll work. It'll be but it is a logistical nightmare. West
Yeah.
Indies is absolutely a logistical nightmare. These guys will have to stay overnight in St. Lucia and then reach Barbados in the morning and then do the final. Hopefully, you guys will celebrate all night because India will win. and it will be a final. So imagine what will happen. And anyone watching here in India, get your food ready, get your snacks ready. You can watch Euro, you can flip channels and stay awake that way. You can play your games. But 4 hours means you have time till approximately 4 a.m. in the morning to finish the game. And from what Ishan tells me, what Devashish tells me, and I've studied quite a few weather sites, I think there will be a game. Devashish, Ishan, also this interesting rule that it's no longer a 5 over match, it's a 10 over
Yeah,
match, and that's the least.
yeah.
People will now say that India, I mean, David Lloyd, that's what David Lloyd is trying to tell you, that India is being favored. Why all of a sudden this 5 over contest has been changed to a 10 over contest? Ishan, take that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's no longer 5 over games, will be 10 over games. So definitely more in that contest for both the sides here. And of course, if there is that delay, then the game will go on much later in the morning. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I think everyone's hoping that it does not rain and there is some good cricketing action for everyone to witness, because it's going to be tough for everyone as well. Those over here to take their flights back and also back home to see this game. But yes, interesting. 10 overs, more opportunities, more. It gives you more a variety to have out almost almost close to a full game. So I think it's good on both ends for sure.
Devashish, thoughts? 10 overs, minimum
No,
10 overs. Is it because of the
I
semi-final?
would say I think it's a fair call on the part of ICC. This if you have a 5 over game, it's basically a lottery. If you have a 5 over a side game, it's a lottery, it's a gamble. Means, and I think it's only fair to have a 10 overs match. At least we can. There's a beat for both the teams. Means I'm not saying England will also have the same conditions. It's not that only India is enjoying the conditions. India will also enjoy that same conditions. The playing conditions remains the same for both teams. So I think
No,
it's
that's not
only
the
fair.
point. No, that's not the point. The point is, suppose it's 7 overs. Suppose it's 7 overs and the game gets cancelled. India makes it because it's a cancelled game. India makes it even if it's a 8 overs, 9 overs. Had it been a 5 over contest, England would have had a chance. Now they will say because you've changed it, and if 8 overs are played, 9 overs are played, India makes it because India has stopped the pool. So you're giving India that advantage. That is the problem that England will now start to say, oh, you know what, you're trying to give India the advantage. Gagi, thoughts?
It's quite funny how things have turned out in this T20 in this World Cup, because you see a lot of things were done in favor of India. Not exactly the Indian team, but Indian audience, BCCI, to get most viewership, to get more numbers, whatever has been going on. But it's clear that ICC is a little favor towards the Indian team, and obviously, I think it's a way of. Boria sir, do you think it's a way of compensating for the fact that there's no reserve day? That 10 overs have been added.
No, because now if there's no reserve day, the Indians will jump at it. I
Yeah,
think ICC is doing what Devashish said. They are trying to make the semi-final more meaningful and more competitive. Because take it like this: I mean, it's a 5 over game. It's a bit of a lottery. One team plays 5 overs and goes through to the final, and you say, "What nonsense is this? How can
yeah.
you play a 5 over match and you say we have a winner?" So they are trying to make it more competitive. But what England can turn back and say is that why did you do it with India now? Why did you do it? Would you have done it if we were topping the group and India was coming second, that we would have qualified? Would you have done it then? Are you doing it because India is topping the group and India will qualify? Is it an India centric strategy? That can be asked. But the truth is, if we are dominating the ICC, take it here. Come on. You've ruled us for 200
Okay.
years. Now it's the other side of the story.
We're ruling the English game. But anyways, it's 5:30 right now, so it's time for Boria to take over the
Okay,
show.
let me ask you a few more questions, and then Gargi, Ishan, and Devashish can take a break because Ishan and Devashish have to go to the stadium. I don't know what the latest is. Ishan, has the rain stopped?
Yes.
Yeah, the rain has stopped at the moment, Boria. It's not raining anymore. It's still a bit overcast, but the sun's coming out.
Ah, not bad. So Devashish, what time is the practice? Can you give us a lowdown of the day?
Yeah, 9:45 a.m. the Indian team practice, and the the pre-match press conference will be at 11:30, and England trains from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So we'll be there in an hour, in 40 minutes from now, maximum 30 to 40 minutes from now, and we'll be sharing the pictures of live pictures. We will be sharing the live pictures from the ground. What the conditions are like, how the practice week is, whether it is covered, how whether the square is covered, what the outfield looks like, whether super stopper is in place or not. So we'll be able to give you all the detailed updates once we reach the ground. So yes, we will be starting from our. We are all ready, all geared up, but we'll be shortly going reaching the stadium, and from there on, we'll share all the live updates.
Yeah, have some breakfast and go. Don't just go without having some breakfast. Some comments. আয়ুষ জিন্দাল, দেবাশিস মামা এবং ঈশান আপনাদের স্বাস্থ্যের যত্ন নিন, বৃষ্টিতে ভিজবেন না। মামা আমি দিল্লির ছেলে, আপনার জন্য বাংলা শিখছি, আপনার কাজের অনুপ্রেরণা ভালোবাসি। নাইস। He actually says, Devashish, Ishan, don't get wet. You guys are both an inspiration to me. I'm trying to learn Bangla. I'm based out of Delhi, but I'm trying to learn Bangla. Feel inspired by both of you. Very good. This is a good one. Debraj Bose. England has won the World Cup because of ICC rules, so it's okay. Yeah, he's right. 1992, South Africa 22 of one ball, you remember? So England's getting the back of the draw. Fair enough. Not bad. Talk Sport Cricket YouTube channel expert always
And what about 2019? What about 2019?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
2019.
Who
You
can
love
forget
New
that?
Zealand.
England, don't, Mr. Lloyd, don't complain.
Well done. Well done. Devashish Sen is taking David Lloyd on. 100% right. Karan Rathod, Talk Sport Cricket YouTube channel experts always blame India. Why watch Talk Sport? Watch Rev Sports. Don't watch. Simple.
Yeah.
Don't watch. I think same playing condition for knockout matches, etc., etc. Everyone's saying India South Africa final. What about England Afghanistan final? Or go? Are you mad? It'll be an India Afghanistan final. Why should England go? Why should
Yeah.
England go? No. Afghanistan fairy tale has to continue. Devashish has to get me a Rashid Khan interview. Today I spoke to Rashid in the morning. I had sent him my Economic Times op-ed. He wrote back saying, "Bhai, great piece." I said, interview. So after the final, whenever it is, Devashish and Ishan will have to get that Rashid Khan interview done. Great guy. I'm sure he'll speak. And Rashid is such an inspirational story. What a fantastic story. When I first interviewed him, David Warner had introduced me. And Rashid, I said, he's been 17-year-old. David Warner told me if he's 17, I'm not born. I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, look at his shaving thing. If he's 17, I'm not born. And we had a great laugh. And then I said, but he said, watch out for this character. He's a fantastic bowler. And the first question I asked Rashid, and he said, the Prime Minister and the President watches me every day. Or something like the President calls me after every match. I said, what do you mean, the President? He said, yeah, in Afghanistan, the President watches us every game, and I've become this symbol that you can do something in life. And so that's why the IPL is so important. Rashid Khan is an absolute legend. Fantastic guy, great human being, has done quality work for Afghanistan cricket, and a good friend to both Devashish and me. We had interviewed him during the 2019 World Cup, in multiple other World Cups, many times in the past. So Devashish, definitely get an interview done with him and possibly Nabi or Naveen, whoever, after they make the final. But one wants them to make the final. Final comments, Gargi, Devashish, Ishan, before I move into Olympics. Gargi.
Final comments on India's winning. I think India's winning. But if it's a 10-over game, I'm a little nervous because, when it comes to fast-paced 10-over things, and because, England have the 100, no, I think some 10-over franchise cricket that a lot of these England players have been playing. So they might have an advantage if it's a shortened game. But anyway, my hopes are still on India to win this one. And it looks very positive for India right now. I think everything's pointing towards India. That's all I have to say.
Final comments from my end. I think both these sides are looking really strong. Both of them have a good team combination. So it's going to be interesting to see which team comes out on top. But yes, I think India has that upper hand. Rohit Sharma seems to be getting those runs. He's leading from the front after that last game. So hopefully for the best, I think India can come on top, especially with the bowlers also firing. So I think it's going to be India's game to win.
Devashish, final word.
Yeah,
And remember
if you ask me,
practice Devashish to get the signatures.
yeah. Okay. So I would reckon that India's best chance is to play here in Guyana. Obviously, the conditions ideally suited to the slow bowlers, and India have three in them. And given the support, if you, I mean, obviously, I think perhaps this is the only venue after Trinidad which will have maximum number of Indian origin support. So you can actually see a more turnout compared to what it was in Barbados and Antigua. And even for that matter, Saint Lucia. I think there are there are Ram Mandirs, so many Ram Mandirs here. There are so many Indian origins. They have settled here. So there's a huge support for India, and it will, and I believe they will come out in numbers to support the men in blue. So India's best chance
Ishan,
is to play here in Guyana.
Ishan, I hope your ticket is sorted. If it is not, let me know. I'll get it sorted. I
Definitely,
hope it is.
definitely.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
hope it is. And Gargi, Devashish, Ishan, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll catch up soon because
Thank you.
plenty of lives coming your way. They'll keep updating. Thank you once again, Gargi, Ishan, and Devashish for joining me. Moving on
Thank
to
you.
the Olympic Games. 30 days to go for Paris. 30 days to go for Paris. Now, please fire in your questions as far as Indian medals are concerned. A lot of you have asked me, how many medals will India win? For the next few minutes, love you, sir. Fan of your journalism from 28, Karan Rathore. Humbled. Humbled, and thank you very much, Karan. Appreciate you saying this. It's a lot of hard work. So now, don't ask cricket questions for the next 20 odd minutes. Ask me Olympics questions. A lot of you have been telling me, Boryada, Paris shows, Paris shows, Paris shows. There will be many Paris shows, hundreds of Paris shows, exclusives coming your way. Today we've done Manika, plenty coming. I mean, hockey we have done. We have today the team has been announced. Harmanpreet captain, Hardik Singh vice captain. I think 10 realistically. That's a good point, Avantika. So break it down. Break it down for me. Break it down. How are you saying 10 and why are you saying 10? What are the sports that you are talking about? Let's have an interactive conversation. Write to me, Saurav Kapoor. Can PV Sindhu win a medal once again in Paris? Sindhu is one of my favorite sports people, but it is tough. If you look at that badminton, women's badminton scene, you have a Chen Yufei, you have a Yamaguchi, you have a Tai Zuing, and of course you have the great Ansi Young. So when you have all of these four, I mean the top four of women's badminton, nobody can take away the fact that Sindhu is a contemporary great, and she's a big tournament player. She's won in Olympic Games. She's won the World Championship medal. Prakash Padukone has repeatedly said that physically she will be right up there. The question is, can Sindhu take out these four? It will also depend on the groupings. But the Chen Yufei, Ansi Young, Yamaguchi, and of course, these four ties wing have been very difficult for Sindhu to beat in the recent past. After the injury, also once she came back, she's not been able to beat these players. And if you take some of the others, Tunjung and Gregoria Mariska Tunjung, some of the others who have come up the ranks, the Chinese players, Sindhu hasn't had it easy. And against the top four, certainly not. So it will be a bit of a surprise for me, and I'm being very candid here, if Sindhu goes on to win a medal. But trust me, I'd be absolutely overjoyed if she does 3 in 3 for an Indian star, 16, 20, and 24. Brilliant. And I've got her 16 jersey, I've got her 21 jersey. I'll ask her for the 24 jersey as well. It'll be quite fantastic. What was the question? Just flash it from Devraj Bose. Can Sachi win gold? Somebody's asking me. Of course they can. 5 medals. Neeraj, Nikhat, Sachi, Antim, Sift. I think more. I think more. I absolutely think more, sports fan. Out of the 28 shooting events, watch out definitely for Aishwari Pratap Tomar. Because Aishwari Pratap Tomar in the 50-meter three pistol, 50-meter three position, Sift you have named rightly. In fact, I'm even backing Sift for gold. I think Asia and Ronak is a good team. Ronak will do some great work. Manu with Jaspal has turned the leaf, and that decision to allow personal coaches. I think Manu with Jaspal has absolutely turned the mental leaf as well. 28 events in shooting, and any of our rifle and pistol shooters have the ability. Look at Ramita, look at Ella, look at any of them. Look at Sarabjit. I mean, he pipped Rudransh. He pipped Rudransh for God's sake, and Arjun Babuta has done well. Sarabjit Singh has done wonderfully well in the camp. 634.2, and beating Rudransh Patil, world record holder, first quota. Rudransh missing out. That was a big call. That was a big call. Dada, is there any new star in making in this year's Olympics like Neeraj Chopra? Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely think Quick Flicks Hub, you should watch out for Sift Kaur Samra. And Sift Samra has this incredible ability to come back in a final, even if she doesn't start well. Mentally, Sift is fantastic. Sift is absolutely fantastic. I've known her very, very well for a long time. There are a lot of these stars. I mean, a lot of our people will say, oh, 2016 we didn't win, 2021 we didn't win. That is not the point. The point is, this is a solid team. India win 10 medals, shooting 2-3. I agree. Shooting 2-3 can happen. Athletics 1. Yeah, Neeraj. Yeah, and had there been Murli Srishankar, unfortunately that chap got injured. He was jumping 830. He was jumping 825, 30, and that could have been a medal. Boxing two, yes, possibility. I don't see three. I know where you're coming from. You're giving Nikhat a medal. You're giving Lavlina a medal. You've seen Nishant qualify. You're giving possibly Amit a medal. I think two is a conservative estimate and a realistic one. Baddy one, yes, with Satvik and Chirag. I'm actually giving Laksha a chance. I'm actually giving Laksha a chance and Pranoy because without the gastroesophageal reflux redux disease, Pranoy would have taken out anybody on his day. So one has to see, and I keep talking to Gopi and chatting up with Gopi, one has to see where Pranoy is physically. If, यार भाई, जिसा क्रिकेट में रोहित कोहली है वैसे ही न्यूज में विक्रांत गुप्ता साहब का बाप है, सबका बाप है, तो होने दो, तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बाप है, बच्चा है, मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मेरे से उसने बहुत कुछ सीखा है, मैंने उससे बहुत कुछ सीखा है, खत्म बात, दोस्त है, हो गया। तो ले लिया ना नवप्रीत सिंह, तो अभी आप ये क्यों बोल रहे हो? विक्रांत को मैं विश करता हूँ ना, वो दोस्त है मेरा, उसको मैंने बहुत कुछ सिखाया है, उसने मेरे को बहुत कुछ सिखाया है, हम लोग एक साथ 9 साल काम किया है, तो ये बोल के क्या फायदा हो रहा है? तुम अभी मेरा शो देख रहे हो, मुझे मुझे बोलो वो बाप है, मैं दादा हूँ, सिंपल है, छोड़ो। Priyanshu 10 medals, gold, Neeraj plus shooting, silver 5 bronze. Whew, interesting. I mean, let's break it sport by sport. Let's go sport by sport. Let's take wrestling. Wrestling, we have a very good chance with Antim. We have a very good chance with Aman. Because Aman in more recent times has improved tremendously well. Tremendously well. And you also have to give a bit of a chance to Vinesh, but we have to see with Vinesh. But Antim, unless Mayu comes in the way, I don't think there's anyone else who can really take Antim down. So Mayu, yes, I don't see anybody beating Mayu Mukaida, but or the Japanese, whoever is that person from Japan in that category, I don't see that person getting beaten. But in Aman Sherawat's category, I mean, there is a chance. There is a solid chance. Indian hockey team is selected today, yes, and it's a good side. Shrijesh has been, despite age and everything, has been phenomenal. Absolute inspiration. Harmanpreet is going to lead again. Hardik is going to be the vice captain. Manpreet, his fourth Olympics. We've done some fantastic interviews which will come your way. So I did one show with Harmanpreet and Amit Rohidas, our first rusher. I did one with Neelkanta and Vivek Sagar Prasad. Neelkanta is alternate and Vivek Sagar Prasad is in the team. I did one with Manpreet and who did I do it with? Hardik. I did one with Manpreet and Hardik. Fantastic show. Fourth Olympics from Manpreet and Hardik is vice captain. And I did one with Craig Fulton and PR Srijesh. That's another brilliant show. All of these shows will come your way. The Indian hockey team is a good one. Make no mistake, despite the recent reverses in the Pro League, don't go by that. They are a solid team. Yes, there's Belgium. Yes, there are some of these sides, but it's a solid side. Flag bearer, it's Sharat Kamal. It's known. Priyanshu, it's known. Among the women, it will be Sindhu. That's what I know. So it will be Sharat Kamal and Sindhu who will be the two flag bearers. So now this is a gender equal Olympics. So there has to be a man and a woman. So there will be one man, one woman in terms of flag bearer. So it will be Sharat Kamal in the men's category and PV Sindhu as the woman representative. So that will be the flag bearers as far as India is concerned. Laksha is far away from winning medal in my point of view. No, he's not. Physically, he's right up there. Uh, I absolutely don't think he's too far away. Liang Wang pair, I don't think the Liang Wang pair or any other pair. Men's doubles is very close, Amurto, very close. Whether it's that pair, whether it's the Korean pair, whether it's Astrup and Rasmussen, all of these pairs are very good on their day. But in France, in this venue, look at the French Open Super 750. Look at the Super Series. Satvik and Chirag has done very, very well in France in this particular venue. So there's absolutely no reason to think Satvik and Chirag would not be able to do it. Indranil Rai Chaudhary, archery could surprise us. Possible. A very, very good Deepika Kumari interview is coming your way in a couple of days. Excellent to shoot with her. She was in Kolkata for half a day yesterday, last night. We had a fantastic chat, and it's a good team. It's a very good team. I mean, Dheeraj Bomavadera, Tarundi Prai on the women's side, Bhajan, Ankita, and Deepika. Excellent team. Excellent team, Bhajan, Ankita, and Deepika. Avantika, why do we never win in swimming? I'm actually disappointed. While we celebrate Srihari and Dinshu and all of them, the fact is they've not qualified with the A category. They've got the quota. That is true. but the fact is they have not met the qualifying mark of the A qualification mark and qualified. So in that sense, swimming in India has gone back. Swimming in India has gone back, and that's a bit of a disappointment for me. So I'm putting that on record. The other evening, what's happening with the equestrian team? It's now announced. Murgir Khamar Chede Morino Bolchi, it's now announced. It is Anush Agarwala. I was having a chat with Anush's mother Preeti today, and we will possibly get you an Anush Agarwala interview very shortly. So Anush Agarwala it is. Shruti Vora was also being tipped, but it has been announced by the EFI. It is Anush Agarwala who will go to the Olympics. I'm loving it. The fact that the flood of questions coming as far as Olympic sport is concerned. Music to my ears. विक्रांत गुप्ता बनिया आदमी बोरिया दादा को हटा के उनकी जगह ले लिया, नहीं लिया यार, एब्सोल्युटली नहीं लिया, फालतू बकवास बनकर फायदा नहीं है। मैं इंडिया टुडे खुद छोड़ा, और खुद छोड़ा रेड स्पोर्ट्स बनाने के लिए, मुझे किसी ने नहीं हटाया और हटाने का दम भी नहीं था, मैंने खुद छोड़ा है। और विक्रांत मेरा दोस्त है, सो मैंने स्पोर्ट्स टुडे क्रिएट किया था, बट वहां पे मेरा कोई चैलेंज नहीं था। मैं मल्टी स्पोर्ट करना चाहता हूं, हमारे देश में मल्टी स्पोर्ट होता नहीं है, हमारे देश में ओलंपिक्स होता नहीं है, हम हर स्पोर्ट कवर वैसे नहीं करते हैं। किसने बोला है कि खाली विराट कोहली रोहित शर्मा कवर किया जाएगा और नीरज चोपड़ा कवर नहीं किया जाएगा फ्रॉम लोजान? किसने बोला है जर्नलिस्ट को नहीं भेजा जाएगा? किसने बोला एशियन गेम्स में आप 2 लोग नहीं भेजोगे, 3 लोग नहीं भेजोगे? किसने बोला पैरा एशियन गेम्स पैरालंपिक्स में लोग नहीं जाएगा? मैंने इसीलिए रेड स्पोर्ट्स क्रिएट किया है कि हर इवेंट ऑन ग्राउंड से कवर करना है, और हमारे देश में हम स्पोर्ट को जैसे ट्रीट करते हैं मुझे उसको तोड़ना था। मुझे किसी ने नहीं छोड़ा है, विक्रांत ने कोई पॉलिटिक्स मेरे खिलाफ नहीं किया है। सो बेकार चीजें बोल के कोई फायदा नहीं है। वो दोस्त था मेरा, हाँ, वो बैन के समय उसने एक तरफा रिपोर्टिंग किया था और गलत किया था। व्हाट ही डिड वाज रॉन्ग इन टर्म्स ऑफ जर्नलिज्म। मैंने उसको कहा भी है, और किताब निकाल जिस दिन निकला उस दिन मैंने उसको फोन भी किया था, सेइंग की किताब पढ़ने के बाद मेरे से बात करो, इधर मेरे शो में आओ नहीं तो मैं तुम्हारे शो में आता हूँ। बट किसी ने मुझे नहीं निकाला। सो फालतू बात बोल के कोई फायदा नहीं होता है। Squash is there in the Olympics or not, Avantika? Not in 24, in 28, yes. And Saurabh Ghoshal will take a call whether he will. Hello, Dada, I'm back. Dhruv Mitra, well done. Good to see you. Missed you. Missed you at the start of the show. Squash is there in 2028. Is there in 2028, and Saurabh Ghoshal will decide after the Asian Games whether he will give it a shot for 2028. Ramit, Saurabh, good players. India has a reasonably good team. Only sport you're not covering, thoroughbred, is racing. Must start a segment. Yeah, possible. Why not? Why not? We can. Gargi does a lot of Formula One, and she loves Formula One. She loves MotoGP. So our specialist in that sense, Murgir Khamar Chede Morino bolchi, bhai tomar namta bolo. And Gargi does a lot of Formula One. She writes a lot of Formula One, and she does a lot of MotoGP for us as well. So she's the one who will do specialized the racing bits, and she loves it. KP कितने गोल्ड मेडल आएंगे? यार एक गोल्ड मेडल या 2, अगर एक आ जाते हैं विद नीरज, आने का चांस तो बहुत है। मेडल का कलर बताना बड़ा बड़ा मुश्किल है। मैं चाहता हूं एक फीमेल इंडिविजुअल गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट इस बार सामने आए, और मेरा प्रिडिक्शन तो ये है कि सिर्फ सामरा हमारे लिए वो काम कर कर दिखाएं कि एक वुमेन इंडिविजुअल गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट सामने आए, एंड आई एम बैकिंग सिफ्ट कॉर सामरा टू डू दैट। इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, पहला दिन 27 मिक्स्ड इवेंट है, अगर पहला दिन एक मेडल मिल जाता है ना तो वो बहुत बहुत अच्छा हो सकता है। मीराबाई चानू भी बाय द वे ये आपको बता दूं पूरी तरह से वो फिट हो चुके हैं। सो 201 202 केजीज कैन बी पॉसिबल। अगर वो स्नैच में 88 से ज्यादा उठा देती है तो फैंटास्टिक है। बट वहां पे भी एक मेडल मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूं, शायद ब्रॉन्ज हो, शायद सिल्वर हो, बट एक मेडल मीरा चानू से भी मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि मैंने विजय शर्मा जी से बात किया, मीरा से बात किया, और वो पूरी तरह से फिट हो चुके हैं। Nikhat Gold, Sif Samra, maza aayega. Absolutely, and Nikhat has the ability. I mean, all of you know she's a very, very good friend of mine. She's a fantastic athlete, and there is absolutely no reason to believe that Nikhat Zareen can't win. Last time Aditi Ashok missed medal. Other such sports where medals can come, of course they can come. In boxing, in wrestling, in baddie, in hockey, in athletics, in a lot of sports. Shooting, though, absolutely sports, man. That is why a realistic crack at 10 is a serious possibility. On a bad day, bad Olympics, 7. Good Olympics, 12. So somewhere in middle, I will say this will be our best Olympics by far. Tokyo was 7. This will certainly be more than 7. Very bad Olympics, it will be, yes, love to see gold from individual women. I want that quick flicks up. I absolutely want that to happen. A female individual gold medalist will be such a dream come true for every Indian sports fan and analyst. So, yes, that is the question I was answering you. Plenty of sports we have an opportunity. I am also looking for some strong showings, maybe not medals. For example, Shrija Akula today ranked 24, Manika Batra ranked 29. So from the women's team, there are 5 athletes now, table tennis players ranked in the top 100. Women's table tennis has taken a leap in India. So Shrija, Manika, one expects strong performances from them coming. I'm expecting a strong performance from the women's recurve archery team. Look, in terms of potential, Deepika, Bhajan, and Ankita have every potential. Can they keep their mental thing strong on the day and go on to do well? Jena chances, recent times, Kishore has not done great, but Kishore, from what he was telling me after Australia, absolutely. And with Neeraj around, I'm sure he'll get that mentoring as well. If he does throw an 85 plus, there will be a chance, but he has to get there. Kishore has to throw 85 for us to do well. What is your gut feel? As I said, 7 or 8 if a bad Olympics, 11 or 12 if it's a good Olympics. The 10 can be breached if shooting does well and gets us 2 or 3. Every reason to believe they can. And Aishwari Tomar and Esha Singh, Manu Bhakar, any of the rifle pistol shooters can get you a medal. Of course, and a Sif Samra. So you have some tremendous shooters there. 28 events India participating in. Rifle pistol, my prediction is 632 will be what is required to make the final cut, and then it's anyone's game. If any of these shooters make it, there is no reason why not. Format and number of teams, I think 6 each. That is what I was last told in 28 for cricket. Six is what the basic was. Format will be obviously T20. Will they hold it in New York? There's also talk that LA might host the Olympics, but cricket could be in New York like they tried for the current World Cup. And the recent trend, it is no longer a country's games. Sorry, no longer a city's games, it's a country's games, and they might just decide to spread it around. Hockey India League will start in January, is what I know. Karan Rathore, a new league will start. Franchises are being given at this point in time. I know one of the corporates who have taken a franchise close to me. So Hockey India League will start in January, is what I feel. 4x4 athletics, KP, do we have a chance? No, we don't. We are doing well. At the Asian level, we are fantastic, but do we have a chance at the global level? I don't think Adil will also say yes, but we have a chance of making the final, which will be a strong showing. What's your opinion, men's recurve team? I shouldn't say it, but Praveen Jadhav is the weak link. I miss Otanu as well. I mean, unfortunately, Otanu could not make it, and Dhiraj, Tarundeep, and Praveen. At this point in time, there's no point ruining who did not and who did. It is important to back the team. Even in mixed, I'm going for a Dhiraj, Deepika, depending on who performs on that particular day. But yes, the men's recurve team, I see Praveen as a bit of a weak link, but one needs to see how Dhiraj and Tarundeep also do and try and push that side. Dhiraj, I've got a great expectation from. I think it's been a long show, man. It's been a long show. Lots of people watching, plenty of questions. Very pleasing. Very pleasing. We will keep doing Paris shows like this. Dada Olympics Broadcasting Channel, Geo, they've already started it, but follow it on Rev Sports for every breaking. We will give you every breaking because 6, 7 people from the platform, 6, 7 people from Rev Sports will be in Paris. Some will do culture, some will be outside to give you the flavor. Some will bring you, what's going on. So Shormishta will be there to do the Paris diaries. She will bring you the cultural stories in and around the Eiffel Tower. What's happening with the India House? What's happening in and around the River Seine? The opening ceremony. Plenty will happen. So do not worry. It'll be an extraordinary coverage. What's the talk? Reliance might discontinue their patronage with ISL. Haven't heard yet. So if I do hear, I'll get back to you. Murgir Khamar Chhere Morino Bolchi. Haven't heard this. On that note, I think the questions are: what is India House? India House, every major country so far have had their houses, and this is in and around the champion. There's a park where all of these countries have their houses where culture will be showcased, dance forms. There's a cricket pitch in India House to showcase 28. A lot of Indian tradition. Athletes will come there. There'll be food there. There'll be places for the media there, so you can go and work there. A lot of fabulous work is happening with Reliance doing the India House. For the first time, India will have a house of their own, just like all the other major countries like the US and others do. So we will be able to use the India House and showcase a lot of Indian Olympic heritage and tradition in front of you. Shopnil, I'm tired. So let's close it now. We've had a very, very good show and I'm thrilled to bits. Uh, so it's done. Shopnil, thank you very much for telling me to finish because, yeah, I'm getting a little tired. We'll catch up with you once again. I'll do the Hindi show around 9 with Shubhayan and Rohit and possibly Gargi, and Devashish will join us after the practice. But for the moment, thank you very much for watching.